Good morning. It's Saturday morning. I'm sucking in the gut. What do you think? Nothing special, just my sweater with the girls put where they're supposed to be for about 15 seconds. A little bit of makeup, and hair is more or less done because I'm going out. Now let's not get too excited. Chelsea and Brian's little girl turned 1 this week, and that's the little girl that my wee one sees every month or so. So I'm taking my wee one to her first friend's birthday party. I'm so happy. We'll only stay for half an hour. It's going to cut right into nap time, but it's a good thing. You know how lazy I am, though? I bought one of those little pop things, that the kids can wheel, and a book because it's a kind of a joke, but I didn't wrap them. In fact, I put the little pop thing together for them, and I'm just going to carry the 2 of them in there. I'm not going to go waste money on wrapping paper. Normally I do homemade bows. I'm not going to unpack everything to do that. And I packed myself a diaper bag because Nikki, whom I adore, packs everything plus the kitchen sink. She is ready for any eventuality. And I really think that bag weighs about 40 pounds. It's not going to happen. I put 5 diapers, some wipes, and a sippy cup of water. Well, actually a straw cup of water. That's enough. Anything bigger disaster than that, and we'll leave. So I'll check in later, but I just wanted to say, look at me with a social life. Hi, welcome back. I just came from Hannaford's. Somebody had asked me to tape, my voice is going. They had asked me to video Hannaford's because they had a picture in their mind what it looked like, and I think it's a supermarket. However, they're not all the same all over the world. I did start taping just that little bit that you saw, and that was it. People were giving me very weird looks. When you walk around videoing a grocery store, I think that's kind of strange. So that's what you saw. But I'm going to unpack. I spent $72, $71.80, and I feel like I got a lot of food for a change. I got a lot of good stuff, followed by my bad stuff. And look, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. As you walked out, they gave all the mothers a flower. That was very sweet. Little kindness goes a long way, doesn't it? Zucchini, $1.99 a pound, $3.48. I thought that I would possibly roast them and bring them over for the little one. I do a lot of little one shopping now, even though there's no reason for it. Mike and Nikki have plenty of food there for her, but what can I tell you? I bought something that I will never in real life use. Strawberry non-fat yogurt. However, I bought some granola with it. $2.49 for the tub of yogurt. But the Honey Crisp Apple Pie granola, safe and fair, made with real apples, that was $6. I figured I'd mix that with the granola and I might be able to handle it. Here's my bad stuff. Every Sunday when I go grocery shopping, I get chocolate croissants at Hannaford's. They are so good when you warm them up. Now, last week, I haven't talked to you. Last week, Sunday evening, I had gone grocery shopping. I don't know what to blame it on, except that I got a rotisserie turkey breast. Don't know if that was it. I had a sandwich and I was fine all evening. I think I ate around 4 or 5. Around 11 o'clock, I woke up having to cough, which is very normal, but I coughed and I started vomiting out of nowhere. And I haven't done that for 20 years probably. Good news is it was very easy. It wasn't like it used to be, but I was really sick for a couple of hours. No other symptoms. I'm assuming it was food poisoning, and I don't have anything else to blame it on. But I get these, and I hadn't eaten any. I threw it out because the next 3 days I just stayed on bland food. So this week I bought 2 of them. You know, I got to make up for being good. Then I thought, I don't do deli meat. I got oven roasted chicken breast, $7.99 a pound. It was only $4.50, not even. And I like salsa and chips, so I got cheese, salsa, the chips, and sour cream, of course, because you can't be too healthy. So I have 2 or 3 meals of the meat. The sauce will last for 2 or 3 days. The zucchini is a meal. I got a head of broccoli crown, $1.99 a pound, so $2.07. I will also bring that over to the little ones. This week, I had gotten raspberries. They're in season. I brought them to, not over. Mrs. Wardell, I'm sorry. Mrs. Wardell was my 8th grade teacher who heard me say I'm going over Debbie's house while I was at recess, and I had to stay for detention because she said, Miss Rose, are you taking a helicopter? And I looked at her like she was cuckoo. And she said, you going over her house? It was like, son of a... So I had to stay for detention. I catch myself, 55 years later, correcting myself when I say I'm going over somebody's house. So when I go to Mike, Nikki, and the baby's house, I will bring these because I brought them over this week and the baby devoured them. I broke them in half and put them on the tray so she could finger pick them. I took a video of her for her parents, and she was too busy eating to even look up. So I'll bring those over. Somebody, or a bunch of buddies, told me to get borax for the ant problem. Borax, and some people put it in water with a little sugar. I worry about the cats, but I'll put it like behind the microwave or places I don't think they'll go. I hope. So I'm going to try that. Thank you. My Tostitos from my salsa. Loaf of bread. I freeze my bread. I don't know if you do. This is a bone of contention between Michael, Nikki, and I, because you're not supposed to keep bread in the refrigerator, but you can freeze it. They leave it out and it sits there for a week. It makes me crazy. I put mine in the freezer and take it out one slice at a time so it stays fresh. I actually now bring my own bread. And the last thing I got was a half gallon of ice cream. Ice cream, it's not quite $3. Feels like it's all melted. So 3 potatoes. I usually will cook them up all at once, kind of mash them up, leave them in the refrigerator. And beef gravy, because I don't like potatoes without something on them. My sour cream, my salsa, and 1 can of white corn. So that's everything. I actually have some food in my cabinet. Look at that. And this is my sweet tooth, my Twizzlers, and I'll have half a dozen of those at night just to make myself feel like I ate something bad for me. It makes me happy. Question. I don't put the raspberries or blueberries in the refrigerator because I had read that if they're not refrigerated in the store, you don't refrigerate them. So, and I go through them within a day or two, but tell me what you guys do. I finally took my, that's gross, took my humidifier apart to clean it, and everything's clean except the interior, which I just noticed. So this could just be put I'd say in a closet, but I have no place for this stuff at this point. I don't know. I can't keep it where it was out, because that's where I have the charger plugged in for the 2 batteries for the lawnmower, which I mowed the lawn yesterday again. I have to get into the back. I'll show you in a minute. It's bad. This week they're going to deliver the loam topsoil for the backyard where they dug up for the septic system. And they told Michael to mark where he wanted the rest of it because they don't want it all spread. Came home, my wheelbarrow's in the middle of the backyard turned upside down with where he wants it. They marked dig safe is, I don't know if that's across the country, I would assume yes. Dig safe is where they come out and mark where there's any lines that you don't want to dig up. So when they come in to dig the new well, which I think is happening this week, that area doesn't get touched. So small steps of progress. Let's take a walk outside so I can show you that. They're going to rip out right to the walkway, just about, so all that's not worth doing anything with. But I've got it all mowed, and then while I'm going by my car, last night before Mother's Day, Michael was here working on the Saturday, and he said he was going to take my car home. Normal question, right? I said, why? And he said because his car is full, he can't do anything with it. It's all full of his work stuff, and he had stuff to do with the little one possibly, so I needed my car. That's fine. So we switched cars, and he left me his keys, which I would never take his car. It's horrible. And when I went to take it this morning, he had gone to buy Nikki an apple tree and a peach tree for Mother's Day with my car, which he did mention, but he had taken off the back thing and taken the baby's car seat out, and none of it was back, of course. So I did some of it, and then before I put the groceries in the car at Hannaford's, I was in the parking lot fixing the kids' seat. Typical. This is, all these trees I said are going, we know that. Not all of them, but this one, this one's going. Of course, this and these in the front. There's my wheelbarrow to say where he wants all the extra soil put out of the way. And then this is where they're going to drop all the topsoil. Oh, there's the trees he bought for Nick. Very nice. She's going to have to say where she wants them planted. I wonder if that means that they'll stop over here this afternoon. But look at the grass here. And if I come around, I have got to mow this stuff. Even though it's going to be just a mess. I did mow right there, and it's all pine cones, so the poor lawn was getting beaten up. But maybe today I'll get out here. I really should before it gets away from me completely. The other day I put all deer feed out here because I know there are deer around, and Michael wants to make friends with them. So my backyard is disgusting. That's okay. Do you know, opening these cabinets, they still smell to high heaven. That old, my bad words are saying, that old lady musty smell. The bathroom didn't go away until I painted the insides. Now we know these cabinets are being ripped out, and it has been washed inside by the cleaning company. Still not wonderful, and I'm ignoring it. Got my tea going. I also bought some white tuna in water that does not have to be, no draining required. Figured I'd try that with the wee one too. I got a lot of things I want to try. My little one's cup with the straw that I brought yesterday to the party, which was wonderful. She's such a character. She got down and walked. People were amazed. 10 months old. you know, she's up and down, up and down, up and down. She's so bloody active. And of course, my Oma voice is like, what do you want? Up or down? And I'm thinking I'm saying it with love, and I'm getting those side glances of, oh, what a witch. She's used to me, she's fine. It was such a nice thing. And Chelsea's family, or actually her husband's family, one of the aunts was my best friend all the way through high school. And we've lost contact, more or less, you know, lives change. But she was there with her husband, who also was a friend of mine. So that was nice, just to run into them and talk for half an hour. It was outside, and in New England, that's always iffy. She had it set up with tables and stuff, but I didn't think to bring a coat or shoes for the little one. So luckily we were at a 1-year-old's birthday party, and it was a friend of hers, and she could borrow a coat. And shoes would just let her walk around in her socks on the grass. She doesn't care. And it wasn't freezing. It was in the 50s, as it is today. But it's still that raw. It hasn't warmed up nicely the last week. Although it was supposed to rain every day this past week, and I thought, oh my goodness, if I'm in the house with this little kid all week, it's not going to be pretty. And every day we found a window to still get in a good walk. Makes all the difference just to get out, and she loves it. So I was very grateful for that. Remember last Sunday, I was going I was going to Mike and Deb's, and that was wonderful. I stayed for an hour and a half, and we just talked, but I love seeing them. You know, gosh, I told you, I got to hang on to that relationship. And saw the house I sold. It's fine. Doesn't look as good, of course. He put a solid door on the front. I think I said that. Not pretty. If they paint it a nice bold color or something, it will be. Right now, it's that nondescript cream color, which goes with nothing, on a white house with black shutters. And they took down my rope railing, which I loved, and made such a nice statement as you came around, just put up a pipe. So those two things were unfortunate. I felt nothing. Because Debbie asked me that, is that hard? And I said, no. I looked across the street. It was so pretty to see, you know, everything in bloom and looking good, and to realize, boy, I left that in really good shape. And then to come back here and go, oh, I can't wait to get going on this place. I'm unpacked. I guess I could close that door. Everything's okay for now. We've got the borax out to kill the ants. Hopefully. We're gonna go sit and talk for a couple more minutes, and then hopefully I'll get the energy to go outside and start mowing the back. I did mention to Mike and Nikki, I mentioned to Mike that I wanted to pick up a riding lawnmower, and he vetoed that only until the garage is built. And I said, can't we just store it under a tarp? But he's not wrong. You know, I can wait. It's not a big deal. I mean, most of it is dirt, and I can't do it anyway, so that's fine. While I was at the birthday, party yesterday, I have my wee one in my arms, kind of on my hip. You know what? I don't have hips like I did when my kids were little, where you could plop them on them. There's no real estate there that goes in. So I put her on what I would consider a hip, and she's got no place to land. So I have to kind of have her clutched. But I had to bend down into the bag I had brought with me to get her water. And don't think anything of it, you know, just do my squat, pick it up. And 3 or 4 other women looked at me and went, wow, that was impressive. And I said, yeah, you do it all day long. See if you can't do it effortlessly too. But I forget how much better shape I'm in because of this little one. One more thing, one more subject. Last week's video talking about how, I'd lost some subscribers, no big deal. But I read the text that the person had written about, being obnoxious kind of thing and finding Jesus. And you all were so good about that. Because what I had said is, I just wish we were kinder. I don't take things to heart. At our age, I don't think we should. At least I feel like I shouldn't. And just take from it what I can. So, understand that there could be some substance here that I have to look at. Well, after talking about it and more than 100, probably 200 people commenting on it, and all of you were kind, for the most part, and said, how unfortunate, and, that God has taught us better than that, and if you're a believer, we should be kinder than that, all on that vein. And, along those lines too, people had said, you don't talk about religion or politics. I don't think I'll ever talk politics, but religion I will a little, because I think they're good conversations and we should be able to, I feel we should be able to discuss those rationally. Anyway, after all of your comments, I heard from the woman, I'm assuming woman, who had written that original post with a very nice and sincere apology, saying she had no business, really just owning it. And that she as a Christian knows she should do better and that it was out of line. And she really did a nice job and asked for forgiveness, and which freely granted. And I said to her, overdone with, we just move on and learn from it. But she mentioned all of you and said how enlightening and how much she learned from reading all of your posts, and thanked you all for, I don't want to say changing her path, but making her aware of it, and said she'll do better. And that's what I said. I hope you do, because life is awesome, and, enjoy it and smile. But I wanted to pass along how powerful your opinions are when stated kindly. And I think that's the key to just about everything, not attacking and stating kindly. Now, I'll tell you that's a new development for me. My knee-jerk reaction all my life has been attack, because I hold back and then blow, and it's inappropriate. That's always been my modus operandi. I know where that comes from. Comes from being a kid and not being allowed to have an opinion or to state what I'm thinking or feeling. So you hold it all in, and as an adult, you don't know how to release it properly. I'm just now, I'd say in the last year, learning to release it properly, because the angst is gone. Age, relaxation, lack of high-level stress, and maybe a tiny bit of brain kicking in, that I realize everything must be said kindly if you want a positive outcome. So I hope that's something that we all take away from this, and I just wanted you to know how powerful we are when we do it right. Happy Mother's Day to all of you who are mothers in any way, shape, or form. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Be kind, and let's just laugh and enjoy. I'm done.